This is part 49 of our Minish Cap walkthrough. We just got done with the Palace of Winds and
Let's go back. Let's go back.
We have to go back.
To our lost fans out there.
There's a few of them out there, I'm sure. But at this point in the game, now that we've got the 4 elements, we could go straight to the Elemental Sanctuary. But we're going to actually take care of some loose straws.
Yeah, we're going to get some figurines, I believe.
Yep.
Then we got to go get the Gold Octorok to get our last figurine.
Yes,
I think we get some heart pieces. Actually, I have no clue. I'm just kind of like guessing from earlier when I watched the video.
We do get 2 heart pieces, but the bulk of this video is going to be us doing the fusions necessary to get the Gold Octorok. Which, again, this is...
So fasten your seatbelt, folks, as we're going for an excitement ride.
Right. I'm just going to leave it
Thanks,
at that.
Red. You sound so excited.
I'm thrilled, let me tell you. I can't tell you how thrilled I am.
Like, you already want to be done with this part, and we're only a minute in.
Yeah. Can we just sit here in silence? I'm going to go get another beer.
Our viewers and listeners will probably like that more sometimes, as we said.
I'm sure. But it kind of ticks me off, though, to even get the Gold Octorok to appear. We have to fuse with one guy, which opens up a room.
We did not have to do the whole figurine quest, though.
No.
Imagine doing the whole figurine quest. And that Golden Octorok, that's usually the last fusion that everybody gets because it's like one of the rarest things in the game.
Man, you kind of went to town
with the golden rose, man. I hate those things.
And all they give you is rupees, right?
Yep. And we don't need him obviously this late in the game.
No.
We could have gotten him a lot earlier. I think he's been there for a while, but I had rupees, so I was just like, forget this guy.
We'll go ahead and kill him anyway. Plus, he hit you a few times, so you were bitter. You were angry.
But like I was saying though, about the Golden Octorok being so rare, like I think you have to do strictly this to get that. Like,
it is.
Remember the golden Tektites and like the golden ropes? Like
there were several fusions.
We've seen those plenty.
I'm pretty sure this is the only one, and it ticks me off because we have to fuse with this guy.
Yeah.
Which all it does is open up a room to fuse with another business scrub.
I guess we should have mentioned earlier, like you saw us go into a tree in Hyrule Town, and then like it started with it right back at that tree.
Yeah.
What we did was we just went in there to do more to get more figurines.
Which, trust us, you do not want to watch that video.
No, we don't. I think we showed like the first 3, and then like we'll be showing the last one, which is what we're doing right here.
Just to see the prize.
We only have one more left, so it's just a waste of time. Like we said, don't do it unless you're like bent on getting like 100%.
Which we tried to do.
Yeah, well.
As making a walkthrough.
99% walkthrough.
Now here's a question. We do the fusion here in a minute to make the Gold Octorok appear. Do you actually have to go fight him to get the figurine?
I'm not sure, but you know what? I didn't want to chance it.
No.
I didn't want to chance it, so I just went ahead and beat him.
Hey, at least we get to go back and visit the Minish Woods again.
The way I took it, that is true. Now, I always like going back to this place. Just, like, I know, like, every time we come back here, I always talk about, I love just how the force feels in every single Zelda game.
Definitely. But yeah, and this is, like I said, this room got opened up because of a fusion, and guess all it gives us is another daggone fusion. I mean, I feel like that just happened so much.
This one gives us a Golden Octorok, though.
This is the one that makes it appear.
I think you might have to go beat him, though, because the way I've taken fusions in this game where, like, enemies appearing is that you actually had to see them in the game.
Maybe.
This is like seeing like on a cut screen. I don't really think it's seeing it in the game.
Well, like you said, we didn't want to take any chances.
No,
you guys can Google that for sure.
I got one more figurine. I want to make sure I get it right.
Now here is an interesting little point. We've talked for a lot of parts about how at this point you should have all the kinstone pieces you need. That was the only green kinstone piece of that kind that we had to make that Octorok appear.
Because I think I had to buy it.
It was the only one in that shape.
I think actually in between video shoots or video recordings, I think I actually had to go buy that kinstone piece.
Yeah, so for all we've talked about having all the kinstone pieces.
For some weird reason, like, and I've mentioned this a couple of times, like, we just had a hard time finding green kinstone pieces in this game.
Yeah.
Now, you might actually do more fusions with them. You do more fusions with them, so that could have contributed to it, but I was just always low on green kinstones in this game.
Well, I feel like we went out of our way to get the red ones because they're the more
rare ones, yeah. Well, they give you like just better upgrades.
Exactly. So the green ones, we're just like, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
that was kind of like that until like right there.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap, I don't have that kinstone piece.
Might be the first time in that game at this late stage anyway.
I think there's a couple times like that's actually the main reason I didn't do all the fusions.
Yep.
Because there were so many like early on in the game where you just didn't have the right kinstone, and like it was just too hard. With 100 of them, it was just too hard remembering all of them.
Now that might be a reason to use your rupees, though, is if you want to get the 100 kinstones, you can go buy them.
Yeah, very expensive though.
Yep, but think about how many rupees.
They're like 80 for a green one though.
Think about how many rupees we've left on the table, though. I mean,
yeah, you go and collect to $9.99 though.
Yeah, you literally have to keep spending.
Even though we got a lot of rupees, like they're still very valuable in this game because you can only get to a certain point.
Yep. I do like how he says, like, I've made a new figurine at this point, because earlier he said he was out, correct?
Yeah,
And
well, we didn't show that, but yeah, that's what it says.
No, that's funny. I mean, obviously we skipped that. There's only so much figurine watching you want to do.
And now we did say, like, if you watch, I don't know what part it was, but when we started the figurine quest, we did like one shell every single time, like no matter what the probability was. We bet 100 right there because we got so many shells.
And it's our last one.
Yeah, we only need one more, so that's why we bet 100 right there. But
so it's like, why not use them? You got them.
Yeah, like I said, like the strategy though is like bet 1 until like I think almost the last 10. I think the last 10 you can bet like 100 almost every time, but
I do like how it pops up though and says it appears. Well, I don't know where.
Yeah.
Well, we know where, obviously.
That's why I say it's the most rarest because I was like doing some research on this because I didn't have a clue how to get it.
Oh no!
And like they said, like that's the only way that you can get this thing to appear.
Yep. And this guy's he says he'll keep an eye on all the figurines for us in the case. We're about to go meet a guy who is way too excited about our collection.
Well, the first thing that makes me mad about right there, like if somebody did that part and they don't know to talk to this guy right here,
gosh.
like how mad would you be if you did all those figurines
and got
like,
nothing?
Like that guy should give you something right there.
Yes. Like, so if you don't know to go talk to this guy, you're like, I did all that work and wasted all that time for nothing.
And this guy will listen to his house and will be able to get a heart piece. But, like, like, if you didn't know, like, I mean, oh my God, I would have been so mad.
Oh, no doubt. I guess they expect you to talk to everyone in town. So I think if you talk to him, he talks about the figurine guy.
Yeah, he does.
But if you don't know...
He's a collector. That guy's a collector.
He's a collector. So if you don't know to come talk to him, though, like you said, you're going to be... almost cussed. Really mad about all the time you just spent doing that.
Calm down over there, Red.
I know, I'm getting worked up and I didn't have to do this.
Now, he does say that you have gotten a Karloff medal.
Karloff medal, yeah.
No, Karloff.
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 With a V.
C-A-R-L-O-V.
Yeah.
I actually don't think we've gotten that because there's actually 6 figurines available after you beat the game.
Yep.
Now, I think that gives you the Karloff medal, but I'm not positive on that.
I think it's kind of stupid that there's 6 figurines. Well, there's a lot you can do after you beat the game.
I'm not gonna lie, my throat was getting dry. Take a drink of beer. Talked a little bit too long on that one.
I think there's actually there's like 2 or 3 things we can do after we beat the game, which I think is just kind of
but we won't talk about that right now.
Yeah, but it is nice to, I guess, to finally get our prize for all the hard work we did.
Yeah, it's a hard piece. It's a hard piece. I mean, I guess 600 rupees is good, but like he said, like we don't need it this late in the game.
No.
Now you see a little like a speaker or whatever it's called right there.
Yeah, it's an old music box.
That is actually pretty cool. Like you can listen to that and like it'll show you every score or theme or
every sound.
It'll play every sound, theme, score in the game, which is. I don't know how many there are, but there were actually quite a bit, and that was actually kind of cool.
That is actually kind of cool.
Like just go back and be able to see like hear whichever like music or theme that you wanted to hear.
It's like here's your reward, other than the heart piece, like a little Easter egg.
I almost think that was more of the reward.
I think so too.
Than the heart piece was like just having a place where you could go listen because like. You think like when actually this game was made right before Twilight Princess, so I guess you could record that early on.
Yeah, I guess so.
But like I guess that defeats the point I was gonna make, so I'm not even worried about it now.
But still, though, it's nice to have somewhere to go. Especially, I mean, we've said before that we like a lot of the music in this game, as with every Zelda game.
Yes.
It is a nice place that if you're just messing around, just pop in there and listen to a few songs. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, you haven't played the Oracle games yet, but I was not big on the themes in the Oracle games.
I haven't played those yet.
I hate those games. Now this right here got a. I got a couple sex jokes, but you can go ahead.
Well, we're about to learn the. You can guess where this is going. We're about to learn the down thrust, which is either a great move.
It'd be a great move.
It's either a yoga pose or a sex move. We're not sure, but we're about to learn the down thrust.
I remember when I saw that, I was like. Oh my God!
Like, come on,
I gotta make a joke out of this somehow.
Well, and all jokes aside, it's like yet another skill we get in this game that we really never use.
I know, like obviously, getting it this late, you would think it's very powerful, and it actually is very powerful. But the timing on it, I didn't use it at all. But I know, like from other people I've talked to, that the timing is just almost impossible.
I believe it.
You gotta have like very stationary enemies, obviously, to get them.
My only thought was like you saw in the. What was the last dungeon? Palace of Woods. Like the fight we had with the Dark Nut. It makes me wonder if maybe you could use the downward thrust on the Dark Nut.
But once again, it'd be so hard to get them in position. Now, I love that heart piece right there.
In the bell?
Yeah, jump up and hit that bell. I definitely did not get that one, though.
No, you didn't even know it's there. But now that we've got it, that wraps up part 49 of our Minish Cap walkthrough.